AVANT GARDE starting up north as the yellow side. Their opponents, of course, Silly Ducks Revolution starting down south. Now, yes, this is not a bug, folks. As a matter of fact, Silly Ducks Revolution are lacking a few members right now that have not logged in yet, but because of the rules, we had to start. So they decided to roll out with just 6 players.
Yep, they only have 6 players over there, so they're going to be lacking a T1. So I mean, if it comes to like a heavy tank kind of fight, then you know the T1's not going to be as useful. But I mean, it's still a pretty big disadvantage.
It definitely is. I mean, like you're just 1 member short, and obviously, like although we're just talking about the scouts, still you don't want to roll out with that kind of disadvantage from the get-go.
Yep, exactly. And of course, that can potentially mean another tank that is capturing the enemy base. So I mean, the longer the set goes, the bigger that lack of that T1 is going to actually affect them.
And it definitely would help them out quite a bit to take out an AVANT GARDE T1 early on to just draw things up. But I'm really liking the AVANT GARDE spread right now. They're just really monopolizing most of the map.
Yeah, they have most of their forces over here on the western ridge, and then they have 1 actually heavy tank. It should be a AMX-50 in the kind of central Abbey area, and they have a couple of their scouts over there to the east as well. And the Silly Ducks also committing to this western ridge as well, so we're probably actually going to see an engagement soon. Oh, look at that! Yeah,
look at that! Ashgar Musketeer, yeah, taking a few hits. So did Zenyaldar as well. Well, just for the record as well, Silly Ducks Revolution with a much lighter setup.
Yeah.
With a much heavier setup. Sorry about that. Like 3 50-100s and 2 IS-3s versus pretty much you've got a T69 and a 132 when it comes to AVANT GARDE. So a lot more movement options coming up from the AVANT GARDE side.
Yeah, definitely. The WC-132 is definitely going to allow them to have more control of the eastern part of the map, just due to the fact that most of the members of Silly Ducks are over in the west. So if AVANT Blade manages to go down this eastern road, he might be able to take out that T1 that's actually...
Yeah, that's like on the southeastern corner.
Yeah.
I'd have to agree with you, and that would definitely just give them the edge as well. Just more options as to how to tackle this space. Because like you mentioned, right now all the Silly Ducks members are committed to that west ridge. So basically it's an extremely defensive type of setup. So AVANT GARDE has plenty of options out here. If I were them, yeah, definitely I would just try to push like further to the east, and that's exactly what they're doing. Go for a surrounding type of maneuver. Instead of just trying to engage like the enemy head front, because they're outgunned. AVANT GARDE is definitely outgunned, so I wouldn't do that on the west road if I were them. Yeah,
and here we have AVANT Blade actually going to that southeastern corner like we wanted him to do. And once he takes out the last T1 on the Silly Ducks side, the Silly Ducks are going to have absolutely no vision on the map except for the southwestern corner. So, I mean, it's really going to open up a lot of doors if Blade actually manages to take out the T1.
Indeed, I'm actually surprised that he hasn't spotted the T1 yet.
Yeah, he should be right around the corner there.
Indeed, or maybe he moved a wee bit, or maybe he's just like hiding, but I think he moved.
Quite possibly.
Yeah, because right now, even on the Observer, folks, we don't really have vision onto the Silly Ducks members. So, but like, you know, considering Blade's position right now, he definitely should in just a matter of seconds. Okay, the T1 has been spotted.
Yeah, he was spotted. Yeah, so finally the T1 does get spotted, and once Lord Ketchup goes down, which he should be going down quite shortly, but now the Silly Ducks have no vision. They have no vision, and it's only a matter of time before AVANT GARDE just closes in and really gives nowhere for it to actually run.
Well, I think it's a pretty wise move from Dodgy Bob. He's just waiting for Blade to come. Why even risk losing a T1 when you've got that 132 just right next door, pretty much? So Blade's going to come here to finish Lord Ketchup.
Yeah.
There he is.
Yep, there he is.
So a single shot's going to do it. Yep. There you go. Well, clearly now the advantage, especially when it comes to map control, definitely is going to go to AVANT GARDE. But once again, like where AVANT GARDE has been losing of late, quite a bit is in those firefights, pretty much.
Yeah.
Because they usually go for the lighter setups than their opponents. Against the Immortals, they were mangled last time around. It's just because maybe they're being a little too overconfident when it comes to their skills in battle. But they really should watch out, I think. And look at that, like you've got Hermitech here with with his T-32. He's trying to snipe out enemy members, but he's really in a bad spot, actually. He's like...
he's taking so much damage
exactly, because it's a 3v1, so yeah, he's got to retreat from that.
One more shot's actually going to take out Hermit right there, and he goes down.
Yeah, he goes down, and so right now, AVANT GARDE is deciding to push here. Look at that, Ashgar Musketeer is so very low, so is E-Tip as well.
Yeah, Blade has to be careful right here. So many of the Silly Ducks members are moving up to take him out right now.
Yeah, but he's got the speed. He's got the speed. He should be able to make it out in time.
Yeah, but look at all these members actually trying to chase him down.
Yeah, indeed, but they're being chased down themselves too from the south. So you got Zenialdar right here on the top. The Blade's probably gonna go down.
Yeah, Blade's really low, and the member.
But E-Tip as well. E-Tip goes down. E-Tip goes down as well.
Yeah, they managed to take out
a T1 as well.
Yeah, E-Tip and Lord Ketchup. So it's tied up right now, but I don't know. It really could go either way, honestly. It really could go either way. Both teams have taken
a significant amount of damage. Yeah. That's true, but I'd still have to give the edge to AVANT GARDE though. Look at that, Opolis. He's being sniped.
Yeah.
By both like Bigo Bongo and Fresh Meat. Kind of detrimental that they lost Hermitech though, and it's T32 because Blade is really low too.
Yeah, that's really true. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Silly Ducks, although they are at a slightly bigger of a disadvantage, I still think that they really are still in this.
No, they are. It just really depends on what tank goes down next, pretty much, because all the Silly Ducks members have taken damage. I mean, and a lot of them are really, really low, as a matter of fact, and not the least of tanks. You know, I'm talking about IS-3s here. So if those IS-3s go down, then it shouldn't be too much of a problem for Fresh Meat and Bigo Bongo and Zenialdar to take out the 5100s. But those IS-3s have to go down first.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Obelisk is staying by the base where the other members of this team are actually going up the eastern road here. The two MX-50s, Big Debuto and Ashkar Musketeer, they have taken a lot of damage, significant damage to that. Probably 2 shots will actually take them out.
Well, exactly, that's what I'm saying. So even that T69, which is of course Fresh Meat, would be enough. With a wee bit of the support fire to take out those two 5100s. What I'm really worried about are those IS-3s.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to see AVANT GARDE send one of their T1s that are a
little closer.
Yeah, to the base, because there is
Opolis.
Yeah, Opolis there in IS-3. And
look at how much damage like Ashkar Musketeer has taken, and really so did like Big the Voodoo as well. So yeah, those really 5100s are just really on the brink of death. Between the two of them, they still have 12 shots. So I mean that's a lot.
Yep.
That's a lot of damage. So
they're actually not going to go for the base cover just yet.
Yeah, no, maybe they are
right now. Yeah, they actually went in at the same time, so it will happen a little bit faster. And this move by them, they split their forces completely, straight 2-2. So 2 of their IS-3s back at their base.
Yeah, guarding the base.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure that's like the wisest of ideas, though, because those 5100s. Yeah, because you know what? Like I'm thinking those 5100s could be taken care of quite easily without support. Honestly, even Blade alone would be enough to just stop the capture long enough.
Yeah. Oh, Obelisk going in here against Fresh Meat. Fresh Meat
with his T69, so he finishes the job. That's the other loader, and he knew Obelisk was pretty much down as well. So now he's facing like VN, and that might be risky though.
Oh, this base capture is actually going to cap in about 5 seconds here. If no members of AVANT GARDE actually get a shot off,
well, it was delayed. They lost. They did lose, of course, Blade doing so, but they still managed to delay the capture long enough. Now I'm really not sure about what AVANT GARDE was trying to accomplish here. Honestly, that's pretty poor play.
Yeah, actually, this is gonna go towards the Silly Ducks. It's gonna go to the Silly Ducks because they have no other